So the IFP is set to launch its manifesto this evening for the local government elections on the 1st of November. It will take place in Durban in KZN. In fact, that's where we find our reporter Karinda Jagmohan, who joins us now live. And Karinda, the party for the first time being led in an election by its relatively new president, Velenkosini Hlabisa. What do you reckon we're going to hear this evening?
Indeed. Well, that manifesto launch expected to take place between 5 and 7 o'clock this evening. And like you mentioned, for the first time, the IFP is being led in an election by President Velenkosini Hlabisa. He's the newly elected IFP president. He was elected in August 2019, this after the May 2019 national election. So it's the first for him and this party, and of course there are now questions of whether the IFP will be able to keep or even regain more voters under the helm, under the leadership of Hlabisa. He had the founder of the IFP, Prince Buthelezi, as his mentor. It was understood that Buthelezi had recommended that Hlabisa lead the party in 2019, and that is where we see ourselves now. But going forward, though, we understand that the IFP nationally is fielding at least 2,570 candidates across 105 municipalities in the country. KwaZulu-Natal has been their stronghold when they were founded and when they competed in the first national election in 1994. The IFP actually won the majority vote, but later in about 2004 they lost that to the ANC and their votes began to dwindle. It was around the last municipal election, 2016, when the IFP started regaining some of those votes, especially in northern KwaZulu-Natal, and regaining the Nkandla local municipality where the homestead of the former President Jacob Zuma is. But it seems that the people that are living there are voting for the IFP because they have much of their strongholds in northern KwaZulu-Natal. Of course, Ulundi is the home of the IFP founder, Prince Buthelezi, and that is why that is also a stronghold for them. And in the last national election in 2019, Michelle, we saw the IFP regain a position as KwaZulu-Natal's official opposition in the legislature. So they seem to be creeping up in terms of the supportership in KwaZulu-Natal, but it stands to see today in their manifesto launch what reasons they will give voters to vote for them. And of course, this manifesto launch, like with the others we are seeing, will be a written document in black and white for voters to go back to that party to say, you promised us that you would attend to these issues and we need to see development. For the IFP, a lot of what their issues have been is development in rural areas, especially in northern KwaZulu-Natal where their stronghold has been. So we expect a lot of their focus to be on those issues. But as well as, Michelle, they have discussed issues about holding elections this year. They are keeping to their mandate, calling for elections to be postponed to 2022. But of course, because elections are expected to get underway in November, they have begun their campaign and will launch their manifesto tonight, or this evening rather. But in the day, we'll be speaking to some of the IFP representatives because at around between 10 and 11, they will launch one of their bus campaigns in eThekwini. They're obviously campaigning to gain more votes in the eThekwini Exco municipality, considering that they are now the official opposition in KwaZulu-Natal. Michelle.
Karinda Jagmohan, thanks very much for that update. No doubt we'll get more detail on the contents of that manifesto a little later on today. She joins us live from Durban.